Hello, and welcome to episode 27 of D Nice Knits. My name is Denise, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as DNice515. I'd like to thank new and returning viewers for coming back to hear me talk about yarn for about 15 to 20 minutes. Today I have finished objects, I have current projects, and one new thing. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna start where I always start, and that is with finished socks. I have a finished pair of socks. I've only finished one pair in a month. These are for my husband, and I use light bulb stitch markers to mark every 10 rounds, and then I do Judy's Magic Cast On for my husband up to 64 stitches in the round, and then I use a 9-inch 2.75 millimeter needle, Hayas for Patton's Croy, and then I do a fish lip skis heel, and for my husband I think I do 68 rounds, and then I also mark the beginning of the leg, and I did 60 rounds and then 12 rounds of ribbing, and I do Jenny's surprisingly stretchy cast off with the US 5, so it fits over your heel easily. And that's it. He hasn't even seen them yet. I haven't woven the ends, and it's getting kind of warm. So those are those. And then I have a whole bunch of, oh wait, I have one more finished object that's with me. So this is another scarf, another Fisherman's rib scarf, which I think I'm going to continue to use to make. I do that a lot, where like I like a project and then I like a pattern and then I'll do it over and over and again. So I think this is my fourth I don't know, third Fisherman's rib scarf, and I'm going to continue to make more because I really like it. I like the pattern, I like how easy it is. Every pattern that I reference will be linked below. So if you need anything, I also am on Ravelry, and I try to keep my things up to date, but I fail often. And this too, I haven't woven the ends. This is a gift knit for my coworker because he worked for me 2 shifts when I was moving. And I asked him if he wanted anything, and he said a mustard yellow scarf. And he's really tall, so it's like 70 inches or something. He's like 6'3", 6'2", something like that. So that's that. And then I have what is this called? A necktie scarf for my aunt, which once again have not woven in the ends. And this is made out of Nicole Studio from AC Moore in a black. I think it was called Midnight or something. And then, so this makes holes, and then you wrap it around and you put this in here, and it's like a bow tie, but it's in black, so you can't really tell. But it's really cute. I made 2 of these for my cousin who wasn't feeling well, and my aunt is not feeling well either. And I told my mom that I wanted to make her something, and my mom was like, make her the same thing you made your cousin. And I chose black because I think black matches a lot of things. So, oh, I think maybe you can see. And this is just ribbing, and then it makes a hole, and then you put one side through the hole. So that's that finished object. And I think that's the last finished object that I have here. I have made a lot of gift knitting. So the first thing I'm going to mention is I made a scarf for my best friend, which I showed in the last podcast, but I didn't show it finished. So I'm going to post here. This again is a Fisherman's rib, and it is out of Lion Brand Mandala and the Genie colorway. And then I made another scarf for my coworker because she worked for me when I was moving, and I made that in rustic blue from Nicole Stitch Studios. I'm going to post that here. And then the last finished object that I don't have with me, I made a blanket sweater for my grandmother-in-law. I used Bernat blanket. I'm going to put it here, Bernat blanket in, this is the yarn, but I have it in black, but I used it in the Tide Pool colorway, and I have a picture of my cute grandma in it. It's my husband's grandma, but I call her grandma too. And it's a blanket sweater. So what you do is you just knit, and I just knit in garter stitch, but you can do it in other stitches if you want. So I've seen it in cables, I've seen it in crochet. So you just knit or crochet a rectangle, and then you fold it in half and sew just a little bit of the ends together to make it like oh, I can show a picture of that too, done. So it can make arms. arms, holes to put your arm through, and I liked it so much that I'm gonna make myself one. And I cast on, I think, like 86 stitches on a size 11, US 11. I think that's it. I have like a Knit Picks wood size 11 that I really like. So I want to make one of mine. It took 4 of these, and I want to make one for myself in black. And on the edges of all of my scarves lately and projects, I've been doing a slip stitch at the beginning of each row, and I'm starting to really like the way that looks. But every once in a while I'll forget, and I will rip back. Sometimes I rip back, sometimes I don't, because they don't know, I know. Oh, you can see here, I did a slip stitch edge on this one, and I don't think I messed up on this one. I think on this one, yeah, no, I don't think I messed up on this one. I didn't. On this one, if I messed up, I would go back because it was only like 24 stitches or something. 24? Yeah, 24 stitches. So that brings me to my works in projects. So I said that my aunt is not feeling well. So I wanted to make her a prayer shawl or / love shawl, whatever you want to call it. But my aunt is very Catholic, so I'm going to tell her it's a prayer shawl. And I'll show you, I messed up on one of the sides and I did not fix it. Where is it? La 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 la. Oh, here it is. See, I did not slip the stitch there. So anyway, so for my aunt, I am making her a prayer shawl, and I didn't know that her favorite color is light blue. So I have this. This is Nicole Stitch Studio again. I'm trying to go through my acrylic stash so I can make some room and get rid of my 30-gallon tote that I have in my basement, which is mostly full of acrylic. Yeah, almost all acrylic. And the colorway is Pastel Teal. So this is, how many yards? 372 yards. So I'm going to use 2 of them. And I am using the Wool Makers something. I don't remember the pattern. But it's one of those, it's a crescent shawl that goes over your shoulders, so she doesn't have to keep fixing it. So it has 3 increases in the middle and then 1 on the ends. And I keep messing up on these, even though, as you can see, I have lovely Katrinkle stitch markers on it. I keep still missing this eyelet or doing it like 1 stitch over. I don't know how I keep doing that, but I have to keep rubbing back. I think I ripped back 3 times. So I have not been working on this at my job because I get tired. Duh. I get tired working 3rd shift, and I feel like I mess up more when I'm tired, and I want to focus on it and like put love into it and not be angry or upset that I keep messing up on it. So I've been basically working on this at home, and it's about to get warm, but she's getting treatment, so I know that like hospitals are cold, so hopefully she'll wear it. I don't know, I hope so. And then my next work in progress, I can't find. Oh, here it is. It's a hat that I'm making for myself. So I watched the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. Yes, that's what it's called. Crazy Sock Lady podcast. And she's making something called a Musselburgh hat. And it's like a $7 pattern for a hat. And it's in multiple sizes. And I thought I could reverse engineer it and figure it out. So I'm doing that. So what it starts as is you increase from here, and you're supposed to do like, it's called a pinhole cast on, but I just did a Judy's cast on, so it's supposed to be a circle, but I didn't think it really mattered because how dark the yarn is. And then you increase out at 4 points twice, and I just did a basic, I didn't do a make 1 left or make 1 right, I just did a knit in the front and back of the stitch. So it almost looks like a Turner square hat. I don't know if you know that hat, but in reverse. So you increase out, and that took forever because I don't have a I don't have DPNs, or I couldn't magic loop on a size 3, so I had to use 2 16-inch size 3s, which I kind of want to buy like a 32-inch size 3 because I love this hat pattern that I'm reverse engineering. And then I increased to the sock head hat numbers, which is 144, and I've made a sock head hat before, just not with the long ribbing before. So I increased to 144, and then you knit in the round for, I think it's like 18 inches, or until you have the increases took 10 grams. So I'm going to knit until I have 10 grams left and then decrease. Maybe 11 grams left and then decrease. What I am using, this is West Yorkshire Spinners in the Midnight colorway, which was, Silent Night colorway, which was their Christmas 2020 colorway. And I did not like the pooling on the socks, but I don't mind the pooling on the hat, which I find weird that I don't mind it. My favorite part, where is it, is this part. So I'll just wear this in the front where I can see it. And then the second ball of yarn I'm using is this opal yarn that I use for Christmas too. So I'm gonna combine these. So when I finish this, I'll start this, and then when I only have 11 grams of this left, I'll start the decreases, and then it's and then you wear the hat inside out, so it's like a double hat. And while I was increasing, I thought, why didn't I just hold these two yarns together and knit it like with two sock yarns on a size like 6 or 8? But I already started this and I'm not going back. But maybe next time I will do that. I'll just use two, what are these called? 2 finger weight yarns as a worsted weight yarn. But I like you just go round and round and round and round. And it's not as small as a hat. I mean, as small as a pair of socks. Did I say I was using a US 2.5 3 millimeter? I don't think so. That's the 3 millimeter needle. And then I'm using a Katrinkle's stitch marker. That's a hat because I'm knitting a hat. And then my last work in progress is a pair of socks that are just like in my car or in my purse for if I forget knitting. Because I don't know if you've ever been somewhere and you forgot your knitting and then you have to wait and you're just sitting there. I don't like that. Or like playing on my phone. No, thank you. Is that weird? I don't know. So this is opal sock yarn, opal sport in the yoga colorway, and I put a stitch marker for where I was the last time. So this one I was just at the end of the heel and I hadn't started the leg yet. So I did that, and then I have this one. I was here and I'm just about to start the heel. I haven't started the heel on this one yet. And then I am doing this in tandem. Like I'll do one leg and then the heel. And then I did a little bit of that leg. I think I was too tired and I didn't want to do the heel on this one. So I started doing the leg on this sock. And then I use the outside of the ball, and then one is connected to the inside of the ball. And they don't get tangled, really. As long as I know which one I'm working on, I haven't had any problem doing that. And I do that often when I feel like I might run out of yarn. Because I did make a pair of kids' tube socks out of this yarn for my daughter, which I have to reknit because they're too small for her now. But yeah, so she really liked it, and I think it's cute when we have matching socks. So I guess that will be like a future project, is knitting the tube socks that I made for my daughter last year and never sewed in the ends, so she never wore them. And now they're too small for her, because that's my own issue. So this year I have decided that I'm going to sew in ends. So every Tuesday I have sewn in ends on socks that I made last year and still haven't worn. So every Tuesday, one pair of socks gets ends sewn in. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have all of my socks ends woven in. I don't know why I procrastinate on weaving in ends. I have no idea. But I have gifts. I have woven the ends and given it to people, so that helps that they're going to other people. I think if they stay with me or stay in my home, I don't weave in the ends. And then the last thing I have is a book that I got from the library. It's called Knit Happy with Self-Stripping Yarns, and I got it because I want to make these. I have opal yarn. I think that is sport weight or worsted weight. I'm not exactly sure, but I really want to make these oh my god, these fingerless mitts, just maybe a little longer here, because I like the there's a glare. I like the thumb. I think that's cool. So it is a lot of ribbing, which I don't like to purl, but I think it would be cool. So I got this from the library to see if I wanted to buy the book, which I think I will. And that's that. And then the last thing is how I organized my knitting needles. So I had my knitting needles in a accordion folder that was like $1 from the Dollar Tree, and it broke, and it was like spaghetti yarns and spaghetti needles, and there wasn't enough slots for each size of knitting needles because there's a lot. I don't know, 2 to 13, and then there's like 1.5, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3.25, all those millimeters, 10.5, 9. So what I did was I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought, what are these called, pencil cases, and I did not want these. I wanted these that I had seen in, what is that called? The new school year. I had seen these, and we use these at my job also. But I didn't notice when I had this that this was broken, because I want to put like the size, oh there's a glare, the size of each needle in here, but I didn't realize that this didn't have the zipper. But this is the only one they had, and I think like when the new school year comes around, so they'll have more of these. So I'll buy, I think I bought 10 or 11 of these. But these are not good because they're already starting to break because it's plastic. This is plastic, and I have a lot of size 8s and a lot of 10.5s and a lot of 9s. I guess, I don't know why, but that's what I have. So all my 8s are in here, and I have them in a plastic bag right now with, it's a size 8, and each inches. 5 millimeter, size 8, and then all the inches. So I have 29 inches, I have 3 29 inches, 3 16 inches, 37 inch, 40 inch, 32 inch, 9 inch, 12 inch. I have a lot in the size 8. So I have it written down, but I want to put that here so I know. So when I take out a size 8, I can check off that one is out and in another project bag, because that's what happens is I'll take them out and put them in a project bag, and when I finish the project, I'll leave the needle in the project bag, and then I can never find the project. Then I can't find that needle. So at least I know that it's not in here, that it's in another project bag that I have to find. Or it would be better if when I finish the project, I weaved in the ends and I put the needle back where they're supposed to go. So I have these all stacked up in one of the drawers in my Sterilite. I think I had a picture last time. My Sterilite plastic drawer organizer thing. So I have them all lined up in number order, so I can just go and pop them out, and that's it. So it starts from the smallest I think I have is a size 0, 2 millimeter, all the way to, well, I lie. I put the size 0 and the size 1 together because I only have 2 of each needle size. I have a 9 inch and a 32 inch in a size 0 and a size 1. Yes, that's it, because I thought, because I guess I'm a tight knitter, and so I thought that those would be my sock sizes, but it's not my sock size for me. Oh, which I never noticed, which I didn't talk about. This sock, on a regular, I use a 2.5 millimeter needle, and this one is just like my basic formula. So yeah, I use a 2.5 millimeter needle on my basic socks. So I guess that's all I have to talk about today, and it's about 18 minutes, so that's about good. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you come back. Bye. Have a good day.